Hello and welcome, family, to Ask Dr. Mumbi. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways, family, and that you're moving into living life truly on your own terms. Special shout out to our Patreon family. Thank you so much for supporting us on that platform. Thank you so much, family, for liking and sharing our videos, for all the amazing comments, for all the love. I love you guys right back. And just for the good vibes, the good energy that you send my way. May it come back to you tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold, for real, for real. Really appreciate, love everyone that has subscribed to the channel. You guys are awesome. Now, so many emails. I even saw it in the comments where people were asking, what do I make of Kevin Samuel's death? Oh my God, did you know him? Some people even like writing emails how, Mama Gaia has taken him out for dissing black women. And, there's just so much, family. And I've done my whole little conspiracy theory video, which is what people would think, but it's not really. Definitely check it out, where I really do feel that he was a sacrifice in terms of, because sacrifices are done as an energy harvest. It's all about harvesting our energy, and the energy they're harvesting is your hate, your jealousy, your envy, your just negative emotions. There's a certain how do I put this? There's a certain vibe that people give off that can actually be harvested by lower level beings. That's what you'd say Satan or Lucifer or the devil or the who literally signify, the reptilians who are ruling the world. Stories really for other days. But family, what do I make of this? I really think that for me, this shows you the Kevin Samuel story, just like the Will Smith story, but more this one, because this is the major first YouTube sacrifice among the black nation. I mean, there's been others, but anyway. For me, what it shows us is that there's definitely different levels to the black nation. And this shows people where they're at. You see, because any comment that you contributed or any sentiment that you agreed with doesn't say anything about Kevin Samuels the man. It doesn't harm him. He's no longer here. May his soul rest in peace. So it says everything about who you are, the content of your character, the kind of person that is operating. It shows your thinking and your mentality. If you're laughing at his death, then you are at the lowest level, family, because you were tuned into him. So you fed on that energy, and now you're vomiting on him after. Like, that just shows where you're operating at. Or every comment you make about him, about people, everything that you share is an energetic signature of who you are. And you see, to express and spew hate, you have to be hate. You have to become hate, so that emotion and that feeling can come out of you, and you can actually have the audacity to do it to someone who probably has children. You're not thinking of it's not about the one who's died. It's about the ones who are living. And I'm not defending him or supporting him. Or bashing him. I'm not even there. Because there's people who are above this atmosphere. So when this happened, we're like, Kevin Samuels, who? Okay. You tapped in and you tapped out. Looked at the craziness of how people were celebrating, and it's just like, that is literally now another world for us that we are not a part of. And then there are those who are totally immersed in that demonic, devilish, satanic, blood sacrifice world, who just allowed themselves literally to be raped mentally, to give out their energy, to just spew whatever they felt. And they're not the ones that are being targeted. They're already been had. But it's the ones in the middle who have just started your awakening. You're the main target of this. And I'll actually do a whole separate show of who Babylon's target is among our people. I think it's absolutely critical that we understand that. But they were targeting those who were in a transition mind. You're trying to leave Babylon. But there's still parts of you that are connected. You know, you want to be this higher being, but there's still parts of you that are kind of connected in. And you're kind of on the fence, knowing you need to leap over into a new world, but maybe not feeling quite ready because you're super comfortable in Babylon's reality. You're super comfortable in just, you know, that Babylon makes you lazy, crazy, and mad. And Babylon makes you feel like your choices have no consequences, like you can say whatever you want and it has no vibe. And that shows, it shows however you respond to things, shows your level of vibration, family. Because you see, what you give out is what you get back. You are living in your own reality. You are defining the energetic level of your reality, of your experience. And that's why us as a melanated people, we always say, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all. Because you don't want that energy to come out there. You don't even want your heavens to become that, or to enter into that vibe so that you can express it. Because you can't express a vibe that you're not in. And you see, Babylon has tried to give everyone a voice, beloveds, and create this kind of democracy in our group consciousness. Because this was poisonous. The whole exchange among our people was super poisonous, but it shows me there's a divide now. There's those who are skin folk but aren't kinfolk. Like, they're not going to make it. They're comfortable in Babylon, or they're too lazy to move out of Babylon, or Babylon just has them in a soul trap. Literally. Where they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. Like, they're in a serious soul trap. Babylon controls their emotions. I mean, what this showed me as well is how Babylon can turn on the negative side of us just like that. Because it was like, I watched the whole thing happen, you know, when he started to trend. He was trending here in Kenya. But I kind of caught it on YouTube, and, you know, one of the people who I watch was talking about it, one of the conscious people. And then I kind of looked into it. Oh, he's dead, you know, looked into Instagram and stuff. And then they were saying he was taken out, you know, by the kind of sister he used to diss. So there's some men out there who were like, protect yourself. You could get assassinated in these streets. And I mean, there's just so many dialogues. Welcome back, family, to Ask Dr. Mumbi. My name is Dr. Mumbi Seraki, talking about what does Kevin Samuel say about our, you know, the Black nation. Why should this story matter to us? Why? It's because it shows us, like, just the level of the inner beast that we are dealing with as a Black collective, as an African collective, the inner beast that we're dealing with, that has been cultivated by Babylon. The kind of wounding or woundedness that people are operating in, the brokenness in our community, family. Because just less than a decade ago, the main collective vibe for us as a melanated nation would have been respect the dead. And the funny thing is, we will show that respect to a Mzungu who was even against us, like George Bush, McCain, all these people. We'll send, you know, our deepest condolences and remember all their good things and kind of cover up the atrocities they committed on our people. Self-hate is real, family. And that is the biggest demon, if you want to look at it like that we as a people have to deal with amongst ourselves, is this hatred we have that has found a channel, that rarely finds a channel, but has found a channel now in, like, Kevin Samuel's death, and then it's able to be harvested by the enemy of our souls. Because the whole response of people celebrating his death, it showed me how broken we are as a people. That was really the heartbreaking part of that narrative. And then recognizing that there are bots out there who are mimicking our people, avatars, literally, people that don't exist, who are out there making this go further. But it shows the toxicity. And to address the toxicity as a collective, each of us needs to take a step back and look at the toxicity within us, based on how you responded to that story. Because there's some of us who, we're in a new atmosphere, so we checked in and then we checked out. But it was just like we noticed, like, whoa, that's what's happening? That's really where our group consciousness is right now, at the beginning of the year. Because springtime, March, April is the beginning of the year. So why are they setting this trend of destroying the black man, the angry black woman image, and kind of promoting that, the divisiveness, but the self-hate? Because we never express this kind of hate when one of the real enemies of ourselves. Because I was like, did he kill somebody? Did he rape somebody? Like, what's up? It's good that people recognize how dangerous a toxic narrative is. And he may have been funded by the Babylon system, because he always used to make those Illuminati signs. Sometimes, people will make those Illuminati signs like, hey, I'm here, notice me. Please have me in that, have me in your community, add me up, add me to the Masons or whatever. And sometimes it's because they're in and they're fulfilling agenda. There's a lot of characters out here trying to draw you into narratives, man. They're the salesmen right now. And so you have to really, more than ever before, family, you really need to get into your narrative and stick to it, or figure out what your narrative is. And whenever you see a big blow up like this with this story, use it to gauge where our people is. Because as a conscious being who is in a new atmosphere, the response that I have seen, which feels global, it may just be our African American sisters who he really rubbed the wrong way, whose feelings he hurt. I don't know if there's others across the world who also got into it because he's been made to trend in Africa. Or there's something they're doing with the trends, like creating global trends where they try and make what's happening in America important to us all. But what this story tells me is it's not time. It's not time for me to really mingle with the world like that. I need to still keep myself aside. I need to still keep myself to myself, because that's the kind of energy that our group consciousness is in. And I will continuously work on myself, continuously do what I need to do to help to raise up our vibration. But in terms of mingling, I can't. That's where I reached as someone who's in a new atmosphere, who's awakened. Others of you need to see. Were you pulled into the narrative? Although you're enlightened, or you're moving into your enlightenment, then that shows that there's still a little bit of work, of healing to be done. Because as I said before, what you say, how you comment, how you respond to a thing says more about you than it says to the thing you're responding to. Babylon makes you think you can just willy-nilly talk anyhow you want. Family, you can't. There are consequences, especially for the original ones. We don't live by the same universal code that others do. There's different species, family. And for us as a melanated people, as custodians, karma is real because we're born from this. So we're part of nature. So whatever is unnatural in us will come back to us for healing or to teach us a lesson. So be careful what you're using your words for, what you're tweeting, what you're saying. And remember what our ancient mamas said: if you don't have something nice to say, just don't say anything at all, homie. Because we are in such a critical season. Your awakening, creating your foundation should be your absolute priority. And if you're not firmly where you need to be, then you need to really take a wide berth from Babylon. And if you're firmly where you need to be, you'll know it because you'll just be like, I mean, the story, it will be like a fly. It comes in, you notice it, you're just like, what the hell? And then it just goes back out. Not my monkeys, not my circus kind of vibes. And it shows us that as awakened ones, as a collective, we need to continue to really put forth our best intentions in our own lives so that we can affect this group consciousness in a positive way. Pray for the group consciousness of our people, family, because it's not doing well. It's so easy to trigger it. It's so easy to manipulate it. It's so easy for the enemy to control it and to get all of us like vomit, some of us vomiting on the rest of us because we're in this group consciousness because of this. That's something we can't escape. You're still a part of it. You can be elevated so it doesn't affect you, but you're still a part of it. That's why awakened ones works tirelessly to awaken others. So that the atmosphere can be clearer. Because right now the atmosphere for the Black nation is dense. This has really brought up, and maybe it's because it's Mercury season, maybe just because we had the first eclipse of the year and it's the new year, like it's just brought up some major things that we need to heal within ourselves. Because no man should trigger you this much that you're celebrating his death. And many of you never even met him. Like, what the heck? What's going on, family? Is it really that serious? If it's that serious, then you have a problem in your life. Just keeping it 100. If it affects you that much, then you definitely need to figure out why. If he affected you to the point, and I know he said some negative things, but I actually didn't even tune in, but you should have just kept it moving. That's not my narrative. Find the narrative that's yours. You see, we dwell too much on the negatives, on what people say. And I see that, like, the main videos that trend among the Black nation are the ones where we're like, racist man, I can't believe this racist man did this. I can't believe the white man is trying to do this. And we've heard it over and over and over again. So why do we need to hear it again? There's a certain addiction to that lower level thinking, mentality. Find out why. Wherever you are on that spectrum, that's a clear indication of where you are on your awakening journey. Like, real talk. Did you pass the exam this time? Did you keep it moving? Or did you kind of slide back into the verbal rhetoric of negativity that is literally, character assassinating more than a man? And I'm not defending him, please, because I hear some people hear what they want to hear. And then they're already writing in the comments. They haven't even really heard what you're saying. And that doesn't say anything about me, family. It says a lot about you. Start to really listen, family, in your own life, because it's all about you. Anything I share on this channel is all about you. This life is all about you finding your path to awakening and to a higher atmosphere so that you can escape this world of pain and sorrow and suffering and bitchiness. Excuse my French, maybe I'll beep that out. And negativity and jealousy and envy. Like, that is a world I am so glad I'm no longer a part of, because it doesn't exist in me. It's all about you, family. Tuko pamoja.